Well, thank you very much for joining us for Denver 7 News at 6 tonight. I'm Shannon Ogden.
Good evening. I'm Ann Trujillo. Colorado relies heavily on snowpack for our water supply and to help reduce the risk of wildfires in the summer.
And with fire season already picking up and warm, dry weather in the forecast, we're taking a 360 in-depth look at the current state of snowpack in Colorado.
We are mainly focusing on three perspectives: preparations to prevent fires, firefighting efforts once a fire starts, and the recovery efforts to help communities after a fire.
We have team coverage for you tonight. Mike Nelson looking at the next month's outlook. Megan Lopez, information on wildfire legislation. And we start with Colette Bordelon on the status of our snowpack right now. And Colette, this really is where fire danger begins.
Yes, snowpack defines countless parts of our lives here in Colorado. I'm here at CU Boulder after speaking with experts on the topic from the Front Range to the Western Slope. The good news is we are looking better than last year. The bad news, we're not out of the woods just yet. A classic sight in Colorado.
You want to look up and see these beautiful snow-capped mountains.
That's more than just a view.
We should count our blessings that we have the snow that we do this year.
Snowpack in the state is doing better than it was last year. Across Colorado, we range from 70 to 100% of normal peak values.
But it's by no means a drought buster. In and of itself, it's not enough to refill some of the big thirsty reservoirs on the west slope.
In a really good snowpack year, we could see values above 100%, and that's what would make a big difference in our water supply, but it's not the case this year.
It's been a really strange year. Of course, we had a big lack of snow at the start of winter, and we saw those fires along the Front Range.
When there's no snow on the ground, there's more fuel for a fire to burn, and with Colorado in a drought, that reality is something we all know too well.
We sort of need a few more years like this one and even bigger years to start kind of digging out of the long drought that we're in.
One way to think about it is snowpack as an income, and the runoff is like our spending money.
The first portion of your snowpack or income goes into feeding thirsty soils and ground. And then after that's saturated, it goes into feeding lakes, streams, and reservoirs.
And in a state built on the outdoors.
In the past couple of weeks, we've seen quite remarkable snowfall in the mountains.
That snow is what makes every season. The connection between fire danger and snowpack is a great reminder to protect your home as much as possible and help firefighters in the instance of a fire. So you'll want a defensible space around your property. That means any brush or fuel for a fire should be at least 5 to 30 feet away from your home. Now, for a detailed look at snowpack levels and their history in Colorado, go to thedenverchannel.com. Live in Boulder, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Colette, thank you. And let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson now for some perspective on all of this. And Mike, the 30-day outlook for Colorado doesn't include much moisture.
I wish I had better news because we've only had 1/100th of an inch of moisture in Denver in the whole month of April. And looking ahead for the next 4 weeks, it does not look that much better. Drier than average all across the Southwest. The entire Colorado River Basin drier than average and warmer than average. That's a double-edged sword. That's more evaporation as well. The drought continues severe across much of western Colorado and across much of the west. And for tomorrow, we are once again under fire weather watches and advisories. Let's not lose the climate change connection. As our world gets warmer, these problems will continue to get worse. Hotter in the west, drier in the west, more drought, more wildfire.
All right, thank you, Mike. And of course, this is not just a Colorado problem. The whole western U.S. is in the same boat. Let's take California for an example first. Scientists collecting data at the top mountains say they are seeing snow melt ahead of schedule there as well. And farmers are preparing to take the blow.
If you're in New York or Boston or Miami or North Dakota and you're putting pizza sauce on a pizza or dipping a chip in some salsa, chances are the tomatoes that went into that product came from California.
And that could add on to already rising grocery costs. The Farm Water Coalition in California is expecting 800,000 acres of farmland to sit idle this year.
Now, we've had a busy start to the fire season already. This weekend, fire crews got the 37E fire 100% contained north of Lyons. 114 acres burned and forced mandatory evacuations. Near Gypsum, the Duck Pond fire is holding at 60% containment. Now, the good news here is all mandatory evacuations have been downgraded. So let's focus now on our next perspective, firefighting efforts and what the state is trying to do to help. And for that, let's bring in Denver 7 political reporter Megan Lopez for some insight. Megan, the state has a bunch of wildfire bills on its plate right now.
Yeah, that's right. And there's one that's dealing with pond waters in order to help them with firefighting efforts or use that water for firefighting efforts. There's one that's a pilot program for cameras to help kind of keep an eye out for wildfires. There's a lot of different mitigation bills, but there's also two in particular that deal with volunteer fire departments, helping them get the equipment and the training that they need as they face a shortage of people stepping up to help. Call it an unfortunate reality.
We're looking at a higher than average risk for fire danger this year.
Call it a testament of the time.
It is April, and we've had several big fires.
No matter what you call it, though, the fact is that Colorado is bracing for more serious wildfires.
We need to come to terms with the fact that Colorado is becoming a state that has disasters.
But while that reality is still setting in for a lot of us, there's another challenge.
We are primarily a volunteer fire department, and we've seen quite a drastic decrease in volunteers.
And Inner Canyon Fire isn't alone. Across the state and country, volunteers just aren't signing up. Chief Skip Sherlaw knows it's a lot. It costs them time and money.
People live very busy lives. To add another 10 to 12 hours a week to volunteer for a fire department, that's asking quite a bit.
State lawmakers are working on mitigation bills, on recovery bills, on funding for fire departments, and all that is great.
But if there's no one there to drive the ambulance or the fire truck, it's just going to sit in the bay.
That's
we really need to help out our firefighters.
Where Representative Perry Will comes in. He's running a bipartisan bill to offer more help for these volunteer departments. Senate Bill 2 reimburses volunteer departments for fighting some fires that tax their resources. It provides funding for training and equipment and mental health resources for volunteers.
People don't think about that much, but we've had fires in the state where we've lost firefighters, and there's some real behavioral health issues there.
The goal is to take some of the mental and monetary burden off of volunteers. It pairs with another newly passed bill, that one also focused on training and equipment. The Colorado Association of Fire Chiefs says it's wildly enthusiastic about both bills because some volunteer departments get their equipment in the form of hand-me-downs from other agencies, and equipment costs $4,000 per firefighter. Back at Inner Canyon Fire,
we have realtors. We have people working as office managers.
They're grateful for any help and hope more people will consider volunteering.
Our most important resource is people. We need incentives for people to want to volunteer.
So state lawmakers are really focusing on those three buckets that we've been talking about today. The prevention on the front end, the firefighting in the middle, and then the recovery on the back end. Now, speaking about recovery, Senate President Steve Fenberg last week introduced a bill that would provide tens of millions of dollars for recovery efforts. And in particular, that money would go to businesses, it would go to residents, and it would go to local governments, helping them build back after disasters if they're underinsured.
But if they do want to rebuild, and we want to make it so that they can stay in their community if they'd like to, we also want to make sure they're rebuilding in a way that's climate smart, so that if and when another disaster like this happens, that they're actually building in a more resilient way.
So this is a retroactive bill, meaning that the people who were affected by the Marshall wildfire, I mean, we've heard so many of those stories of families that were unfortunately underinsured, they would be able to get some of this money. It's one of several bills here at the state legislature focused on recovery. I'm live in Denver. Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Megan, thank you for that. Governor Polis will turn his attention to fire season on Friday. He'll be joined by representatives from the Colorado Division of Fire Prevention and Control to provide an overview of the 2020 wildfire outlook, as well as our state's preparedness plan. In the meantime, you can find our 360 in-depth reporting on thedenverchannel.com.